can a grass type do? Grow a little plant? Shoot pollen out of its back? Spread its seed everywhere? Then again, every living organism can do that. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Floz MG, back with another episode of Tear Up. This time I am ranking the starter Pokemon from every generation that I know of. I will say there's a good bit, and if I mispronounce some of the names, I apologize. But enough delaying, let's get right into it. Before this video starts, I just want to say that only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like this video and want to see more like it, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, and you can always change your mind in the future. Now back to the video. The tiers for this video are as follows: God tier, League Champion, Partner Pokemon, Team Rocket, and Cancelled. I'm also not going to remember exactly from which generation each one is from, but there are ones that I know for certain which one they're from. First up, from Gen 1, we have a Bulbasaur. And I'm going to be honest, if you play the Pokemon games and your starter Pokemon was Bulbasaur, I think you should see a therapist. Point being, Charmander and Squirtle are the only right answers. And Bulbasaur, despite me not being a big fan of his, he is one of the first three. So that just barely keeps him out of Cancelled. You know what I mean? Next up, we got the boy Charmander. Charmander, I shouldn't even have to debate it. It's fucking Charmander. Look at his cute little cheeks. And that little flame on his tail. He gonna burn you. Like, there's only one place he deserves to be. Charmander is a god tier boy. Next up, I don't remember which gen he's from, but we have Chespin. Chespin, I'm sorry if I got the name wrong. He is a grass type. Well, clearly, he's green. That's about all I know of him, that he's a grass type, and he's a starter. That's pretty much all I know. It's going to be like that with the majority of these Pokemon, but Chespin, I don't know, just the look of him, I don't find it as appealing as I do some of these others, so I'm sorry, Chespin, but to me, you're kind of a Cancelled boy. It's just my opinion. Feel free to lash out at me in the comments below. Alright, next up we got another grass type, Chikorita. Chikorita is a cute, small, and lovable grass type with a giant leaf on its head. It's a giant little leaf. Good for shade if need be. Oh, I also forgot to mention, when doing these rankings, I am not basing any of it off of their further evolutions or any of the powers like that. I'm basing them strictly off of their starter versions. You know what? I kind of like it more than I do Bulbasaur. We'll put it right there at Partner Pokemon. We'll keep it right there in the middle. Next up, we got Chimchar. Chimchar was one of my favorites. Like, I don't know why, but I kind of liked all the sort of like monkey Pokemon, sort of. Like, I don't remember from which gen. I think maybe it was X and Y, but there was like, I forgot. There was like a water type monkey Pokemon, fire type monkey Pokemon, and fucking what was it? Water type monkey Pokemon. They may have not even been monkeys. I could be very offensive right now. I forgot what the names of them were. I'll have them on screen right here. Yeah, those ones. Chimchar, I don't know why, but I always had a sort of appeal towards fire types, but even more towards water types, which we'll get into further on. For Chimchar, hey, you know what? We're gonna put him in the god tier. That's just my opinion. Next up, we have Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil, a starter fire type Pokemon. Cyndaquil, I don't know too awful much about him, other than the fact he's pretty adorable with the little flames coming out of his back. Still, whenever I played a sort of Pokemon game, I almost never went with the grass type. I always went with the fire types or water types because I like to burn or cause giant waves. What the fuck can a grass type do? Grow a little plant? Shoot pollen out of its back? Spread its seed everywhere? Then again, every living organism can do that. Alright, but I think I'm going to put Cyndaquil I think I'm going to put it right under Charizard and Chimchar in League Champion. Next up, we got Fennekin. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And I also think that's his name. I could very well be wrong. But let's see. Fennekin. Fennekin's an interesting one because I don't think I know any of its evolutions. Still, just going based off of this look, it looks kinda basic. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm putting it in Team Rocket right next to Bulbasaur. I don't know what's keeping it out of cancel for me, but it just is. Next up, we got Frokey. Finally, got into our first water type Pokemon. He's a sort of a water frog type thing. And honestly, he kind of gives me the vibe of an old Victorian person mixed with a frog. If you can see it, then thank you for understanding me. But Frokey himself, I kind of like the appeal of him. I want to put him in League Champion. Just my opinion. Again, feel free to lash out at me in the comment below. Alright, next up we got one of the starters from Sword and Shield. We have Grookey! I love Grookey! And I know what you're thinking. He's also another sort of like themed monkey Pokemon that's sort of grass type. But no, I just like Grookey in general. You know what? I like Grookey so much, he is going all the way up in God tier. No questions asked. No questions asked. Next up we have Litten, a sort of a fiery kitten. Litten, I don't know why, but I just don't like the design of this Pokemon. It just doesn't feel like there's not enough red. It doesn't feel like a fire type. It feels more like a dark type. And for that reason, I must put you down and canceled. Litten is a fire type, but it looks more like a dark type. It looks like it'll stare into my soul, claw it out with its tiny claws, play with it like a ball of yarn, and put it back in me and scar me for life. Oh, we got a nice string of water Pokemon coming up here. Next up, we've got Mudkip. Mudkip, I forgot what he evolves into, don't really care what he evolves into. I never really found any sort of appeal in Mudkip. He kind of seemed quite average to me, if you will. Actually, he kind of seemed a bit less than average to me. I don't know why. But I think for me, I'm going to put him over here in Team Rocket. That's just my opinion, man. And next up, we have the best starter Pokemon ever. Oshawa! I love Oshawa so much! When I used to play Pokemon Black on the DS, I would play that game over and over again. Every single time, I would choose Oshawa. I absolutely refuse to pick any of the others because I just loved Oshawa. I'm just going to say, out of all these, he is my favorite starter Pokemon. Plus, I love his evolutions of Duat and Samurott. Just, you know, I'm not even going to talk about it any further. He's going right to the beginning of God tier. God tier, Oshawa! Alright, next up, we got a cute little water type over here. We got Poplio. He's a wee little baby penguin water type Pokemon. Oh, he's so adorable. You just want to pinch his cheeks. Like, honestly, he's just running towards you wanting a hug. How can you not love him? But he still doesn't exactly rise to the standards of God tier, so I think I'm going to put him in League Champion. Next up we have, and I may not have the right name, but I think it's Poplio? I don't remember exactly. He's a sort of like a seal water type Pokemon. Like I said, I love water and fire types much more than I do grass types. But Poplio, I don't know what it is. It's something about him that I don't appreciate as much as I do other water types. Like, I still appreciate him, but I think for me, he has to go right in the middle at partner Pokemon. That's just my opinion, man. Alright, next up we have Rowlet, a grass and flying type. This one I'm kind of torn between. I'm torn because he's classified as both grass and flying. When playing with starter Pokemon, I usually like them to just be grass, water, or fire. So flying has me kind of conflicted. Like, it does give them abilities that other starters don't have, but at the same time, it does more damage, to my opinion, than it does good. I'm sorry, Rowlet, but it is what it is. Oh yes, next up we have the fire starter from Sword and Shield. Scorbunny! I love Scorbunny! Like, look at this little dude. He just looks like he wants to have a lot of fun. He also looks like he'll give you a hug. And he may burn you in the process, but hey, I've had worse. I'll take the burns for a good hug. Scorbunny is a god tier boy. You can never change my mind. Alright, next up we have the grass type starter from Pokemon Black and White. We've got Snivy. I think he was the only grass type Pokemon I saw that it had any kind of little inkling of wanting to choose. I don't know what it is, but Snivy, I don't know what it is about him that made me want to choose him. But still, he'll never be as good as Oshawa, and for that, I have to put him in just one lower. In League Champion. Alright, next up we have the Water-type starter from Sword and Shield, I believe. We got Sobel. He looks so sad. Oh, you almost want to give him God tier out of sympathy. But no. These are harsh rankings, and despite him looking so sad, he will get a harsh ranking too. And he's not good enough for God tier. I will put him, although at the very beginning of League Champion. He does deserve that at least. I mean, he just looks so sad. Alright, next up we got the Water-type starter from the very first generation of Pokemon. We got the motherfucking Squirtle. Squirtle, an adorable little water turtle. If I were to play first gen Pokemon again, he'd probably be my second choice right behind Charmander. But still, Squirtle is it's a really good Pokemon to me. So, no, I'm going to put him over here in League Champion, but at the very beginning of League Champion. I'm putting a lot at the very beginning of League Champion, pushing others back. I should probably stop doing that. Alright, next up we have Tepig, the fire starter from Pokemon Black and White. Tepig, as his name would suggest, he is a fiery pig Pokemon. I mean, look at this adorable little guy! I know I shouldn't put him at the beginning of League Champion again because I've done that too many times already, so I'm going to put him right behind Snivy. Because Pokemon Black and White was definitely one of my favorite generations. Definitely. Next up, we have the adorable little Torchic. The adorable little Torchic. Torchic, definitely one of my favorite fire types. But at the same time, nothing about him really strikes me as like, oh my god, I must pick him over everybody else. That's definitely going to be Oshawa. Definitely not Torchic. Torchic, still pretty good to me, but for the sake of this list, I think I need to put him in the middle with partner Pokemon. Again, if you don't like my rankings, either click off the video or just yell at me in the comments. I don't give a fuck. Next up, we got a Water-type starter. I forget which generation from, but we have Totodile. He's an adorable little crocodile who looks like he just wants to give you a hug too, and then chomp your fucking nose off. But you know what? I'd risk a good nose chomping for a hug. But still, at the same time, nothing about him really strikes me as much as League Champions, let alone God tier. So I think I have to put him in partner Pokemon as well. Again, my opinions, don't like them, fuck off. Next up, we have Trico, grass-type starter from I don't remember which. And with this grass-type starter, he's basically just like a sort of gecko. Well, of course he's like a gecko. His fucking name is Trico. But still, literally, nothing about Trico struck me as, oh my god, this is amazing. So much to the point where I hate to do this, but I have to put him here. You're all gonna hate me in the comments, I know. But since when do I give a fuck? Alright, the last Pokemon up, we have Tur Twig. This, I think, is the only far adorable grass type. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. I forgot about Frokey! Frokey, awesome! I also forgot about Snivy. Actually, this guy kind of looks like a sort of like a brutish version of Chikorita in a way. If you sort of get what I mean? So much so that I think I'm actually going to put him at the very beginning of partner Pokemon. And you can hate me all you want for these rankings, but at the end, these are my rankings. I have been Floz MG. This has been ranking all the starter Pokemon, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Bye!
Bitch, I ain't your hero. Don't call me a savior. Think I'm out of control. That's just my behavior. I'm bringing the house down. Major devastation. You don't gotta worry, cause it don't matter. I'm antisocial.